not attempt to adjust your set. This is a Streaming Freedom video bulletin. It cannot be stopped, and it is the only free voice left on the net. Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel. The following Skyrim mod video on PS4 is made up of what were originally private comparison tests for the mod INFERNO Fire Effects Redux-PS4. As such, several mods that I have that affect fire in the game that you will see here were left active during the testing, whether INFERNO was on or off, so that I could see if there were any possible issues with having it in my load order. Also, please note the intensity and look of the flames may be affected by my lighting rig. Thank you. Available on both the PS4 and PS5. This is the mod INFERNO Fire Effects Redux PS4. Ported to PlayStation by Mod Author Mors-Umbra, with original credit going to Mod Author iRetrospect. INFERNO Fire Effects Redux is a complete rework of meshes to properly apply visual effects for all fire effects in the game. The mod has high resolution textures for effects and graphics, with new flame glow, color, size, and tile options, built-in support for other popular mods. The mod makes changes to all fire effects in the game, including spells, fireplaces, campfires, braziers, torches, candles, creatures' fire attacks, etc., some of which you are seeing here in the comparison shots. Load order placement matters. Using as an example the mod Kitty Tail's Vanilla Torch Edit, where you can see the Ember effects active from the mod, when switching on INFERNO Fire Effects Redux with that mod placed after the Kitty Tail mod, it completely overwrites the torch effects. This can be corrected if you'd still like to use the Kitty Tail mod, however, by simply placing the Kitty Tail mod after INFERNO Fire Effects Redux, where the torch will retain the effects from the Kitty Tail mod, and other fire in the game, as you see here with the brazier, will instead use the effects from INFERNO Fire Effects Redux. So depending on what fire mod you might have in your load order, the placement of INFERNO Fire Effects Redux is important to get the overall look that you are going for in your game. Lighting mods will play a major role in the visual quality of INFERNO. Depending on what lighting mods you have in your load order, you might notice when switching to INFERNO Fire Effects Redux that the intensity and contrast of the flames is much higher than you are used to. In most areas, it shouldn't be too much of a problem if the fire looked good before. However, you may find in a few areas that the intensity of the flames has too much contrast in it, appearing washed out. You'll be seeing some examples of this a little later on in the video. INFERNO makes changes to fire big and small. Even something as insignificant seeming as the flame of a candle is altered by INFERNO. Before the mod is active, the flames of the candle appear solid. However, switching INFERNO on, the flames are now see-through, something much more noticeable when zooming in and running the comparison test again. The possibility of increasing the likelihood to CTD in problematic areas due to using the mod. While I did not have any experience with CTD while testing this mod, I should point out that at least in my own experience with Skyrim Special Edition PS4 Slim, I believe that the game engine does not handle lighting well, resulting in it crashing when around intense areas of light, like that of flames, something that I experienced very often in my vanilla playthrough originally of the early part of Skyrim's story here in Dragonreach. The reason why I actually built my custom lighting rig to try to counteract it, and for the most part has been successful, but I still experience crashing occasionally due to intense flames. So since the mod alters all fire effects in the game, in areas where flames are intense, if you have problems with crashing, this mod could make it worse. Again, I did not experience anything in my testing, I just wanted to point that out. Next, let's take a look at a few examples where I thought INFERNO made the fire look better and other places that I thought it did not. So far, the comparison tests that you've seen in the video, including this one ran in the better mirror, I thought with INFERNO active the fire did look much better. However, this was not the case with everywhere that I ran tests on the mod. In the Sleeping Giant Inn, I thought that the mod caused the fire to look too washed out. It was still passable. The same could not be said for my modded College of Winterhold. In one of the dorms, I thought the fire looked fine before the mod was active, but once activating it, I thought it was extremely washed out and did not animate well. This of course is all personal taste and also affected by my lighting rig, but I did want to share these results with you as well. Next up, a couple of comparison tests where I saw little to no change. The flames on this Flame Arcanoc's body appear darker with INFERNO active, but other than that, I did not notice much of a difference. I saw absolutely no difference when running a test at the forge in Riverwood. This is how the forge looks before the mod was active, versus running it with Inferno Fire Effects Redux. I have a mod that adds visual effects to weapons when they are enchanted, and a sword with a fire enchant. I did not notice any difference to the animation of the flame effect when the mod was active. Unfortunately, I could not find a dragon to test what the fire breath would look like if it would be altered by the mod. I assume, however, it would probably look similar to the Wall of Flame spell that I tested at the beginning of the video. And that is going to do it for this video. I hope in sharing my comparison test with you that it helped you out to see if the mod would be right for you. Thank you to Mod Author Mors-Umbra for porting this mod to PlayStation, and thank you to the original mod author, iRetrospect, for creating the mod and allowing a port to our platform. Thank you guys for taking the time to watch the video. Take care. This has been a Streaming Freedom Video Bulletin via the Eyes Only Informant Net. Peace out.